Hey everybody, welcome out to the Death Battle cast. We are the cast and crew of Death Battle. My name is Chad James, I play Boomstick.
Stop it, Torian.
I'm trying to, this is my I'm back pose.
Yeah? You can tell them who you are?
I'm Torian, I'm the 3D animator for Death Battle, and I'm back.
That's pretty cool. I'm Nick, I'm a writer for Death Battle, and I'm also back.
Don't say like me.
Gone. What, you're sitting like me. I haven't moved. You've been shifting all over the place.
Don't say like,
You can both sit comfortably, it doesn't matter.
No, I got a copyright on this.
you got a copyright?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I don't think we
Who are
worry
you?
about that.
Who am I? Who am I? I'm new. Hi, I'm Noel. I'm a Death Battle researcher and editor and part-time
Badass?
Wow.
badass.
Sound design?
I was trying to think of a cool thing, but I lost it. How about
This was your-
chainsaw
You
said
juggler?
like
And
three
chainsaw
examples.
juggler.
Oh my
Chainsaw
gosh.
juggler. Part-time chainsaw juggler.
And part-time
This
awkward
was your,
podcast.
this was
I
your
know, I ruined
moment.
this-
This was your
Yeah.
moment.
It takes time. It takes time.
It's our first
It
show of
takes time.
2018 and you ruined it.
I was so excited.
I lost it.
I was waiting.
I tried to get super creative.
I was sitting here like, man, this is gonna be so good. And you
No.
said nothing.
As soon as you looked up,
part-time.
I was like, oh man,
I was
it's
like,
over.
no,
You
I
already
got.
dropped it.
That's it.
Hey, speaking of disappointment, you remember when we signed off at the end of last season and we're like, hey, when we come back, we're gonna have this super badass, awesome set that we've been building.
How do you like it?
Here it is.
Why would you guys do that?
It lights up.
Because we thought it was releasing this week and there was some scheduling stuff. So listen, this is a small piece of our new set.
It looks great.
Just to show you, like, I cannot wait to show you guys this set next week. It's happening next week. It will. But yeah, this is a piece of it. This is our new
It's gonna
table.
double or nothing, huh?
It better. It better. Someone, I might be in jail for murder.
Whoa, they're working really hard.
I know. No, it really cool. The set was
This
designed
is
by
really
Stephen
fast,
Fay.
too.
Oh yeah. And I'm super
you in
excited. We're
jail.
gonna have a whole new set of graphics. We got a new logo for the show. We got a new motion graphic intro and things like that.
What?
So it's gonna be. I'm sorry.
What?
The one you made.
No!
It's going away.
I made that.
You made it?
Yeah. You did.
like
And it did.
A
and it got
day.
cut? It's on the cutting.
And
floor?
you know the original logo that we've been using?
Yeah.
I made that. I'm not even an artist. I was just like, we need a logo, and no one has time to make one. And I was just like,
No. Oh.
microphones, Death Battle, cast. And I was like, there we go. I did my best. So
fire
it'll
like
always,
travels up the microphone. Man, I'm gonna miss that.
you can watch it whenever you want. It's on your computer.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
You can have it back.
It is gone. It is gone.
I'll email you. All right, cool. So thank you guys for coming out. If it's your first time watching the show, well, thanks for being here. Essentially what we do is we sit around, shoot the shit, talk about very nerdy topics, like which characters would win in a fight to the death. For example, every single episode we end with a community death battle where we suggest a matchup to you guys, and then you submit your answers on who you think who would win and why using the hashtag DeathBattleCast right down here. And then we go through it on the show. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Last week, or I guess 2 weeks ago, whatever, we left off with Mechagodzilla versus the Dragonzord from Power Rangers.
All right.
And in case you're wondering, Ben and Sam are sick. So
That's the one where you summon with the flute, right?
yes.
Okay. I like
Good
that.
job. You're on a roll already.
I like the flute.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry. Right before we pull these up, I'm so glad that you just did that. It made me remember. Last night, I've been reading The Hobbit to my daughter, okay? Like, and she's been kind of all over the place. She really wants to look at like the few pictures that are there because we got kind of the kids' version, even though it's the original text, right? And I just go, she's in the bath and she put on this, she made bubbles into like the big white beard. She's like, look at my beard, Dad, right? And I'm like, she's like, and I was like, kind of looks like a wizard's beard. And then I go, do you remember the name of the wizard from The Hobbit? She goes,
no.
and I'm like, oh, she's not gonna get it. She goes, Gandalf. And I'm like, she's better than Torian. Like,
Oh, come
my
on!
5-year-old daughter.
That whole story was just to make me feel bad.
Yeah.
What kind of?
That build
The
up.
whole reason it was orchestrated that way.
So you went from the
Make
flute
you
to
feel bad.
a Torian diss story?
I did. Well, because he got it. And I was like, he nailed it. I was like, oh, I remember when
But
my daughter got.
you quickly dismissed your compliment by
It was
making me feel bad.
I'm sorry.
Backhanded
sorry.
compliment.
You're like, oh, you did a good job, but you also suck.
Psych.
Okay. I don't understand.
But I love and appreciate you. So let's pull up the first one.
This is the weirdest compliment sandwich I've ever eaten.
All right, Nick, you want to
Mechagodzilla
do it?
versus the Dragonzord. Yes, I do want to do it.
These are for the Dragonzord.
We've got Will Striker 264 who says the Dragonzord is the winner. It once overpowered Tommy's White Tiger Zord, which can react to attacks in 6 milliseconds. White Tiger Megazord versus Epion and one of Mechagodzilla's weaknesses is close combat, which the Dragonzord is consistently doing in the show. Although in Power Rangers, close quarters combat is kind of just like flailing at each other a little bit.
Pretty much the same thing as Godzilla close quarters combat. Why? It's because it's people in suits. And
Destroying
it's real hard to
cardboard
move in
buildings.
those
But like they wanted that though. They wanted the Megazords to fight like that. That's why it's people in suits, or it wouldn't be people in suits. It would just be some.
Because they had infinite budget for these things in Japan in the 80s, right?
sorry.
My question is, do they tell them and direct them to move slower than normal because they're supposed to be gigantic?
No.
I don't think
Or
so.
do they slow
There's
down
an
the
episode-
footage?
No, they don't even do that. There's an episode of Power Rangers where the Megazord is fighting some giant like lobster thing, and the Megazord's going kind of slow. Or he's like going, "Brrr." Meanwhile, the lobster is like channeling his inner Jim Carrey, and he's just going like
Oh yeah. He's dancing around like crazy.
actually dancing around him. It's the greatest thing ever.
Well, luckily, I mean, he doesn't have like armored shoulders. That's, I think,
Yeah.
the big hindrance. You
Yeah.
put some big shoulders on something, and it's just like,
I love when they ask
my
them
arms
to
go
do the
this
kick.
far.
I love the kicks. Those kicks don't do anything but
I
destroy
think that's
cardboard
also why it
buildings.
seems like they're flailing because they have these big things on their bodies.
Yeah.
So they can't really do much.
That's why you get those full motion turn attacks, because they have to turn their torso to be able to do it.
Or the tail with the rope attached to it. That's
Yep.
the best.
Oh yeah. So stirring argument for the Dragonzord there.
We've also got Anthony.
Lisi,
Yeah.
I think.
He says Dragonzord wins because Mechagodzilla isn't fast enough. It lost its head twice, and Dragonzord has a Megazord form with a drill staffs that cut through almost
Oh
anything.
man, I forgot about the drill staff.
You forgot about that? Do you remember the missile fingers?
Oh yeah, that I will always remember the missile fingers because they look so weird and they just come
Yeah,
straight out.
Yeah,
and
it
then
just does that, and
like-
the frame sits there. It just doesn't, and then the tips open, and then the missiles shoot out.
Now, do each of those moves require a different tune? Is that how that
No,
works?
Green Ranger's not sitting in there just like
He's always on top of the like
playing
head.
the. No, he's not playing his flute the whole time. He plays it just to summon it, I'm pretty sure.
You know my favorite Green Ranger thing is when he's fighting the Power Rangers, right? And they're in the Megazord.
And then he just kicks down the door?
He jumps into their Megazord. And
from the ground.
He kicks open the door and he punches the Yellow Ranger and she explodes.
Why her? Why did he aim for her?
She's the closest.
Oh,
She's he buzzes in and he points at one of them and he's
like,
like,
That's right.
everyone explodes to the front of the Megazord.
that
like,
GIF
dude,
was the
she's a
greatest
girl.
thing ever.
So good.
Oh my god.
Like
Nick, you had a lot of fun researching
Jordan-
Power Rangers.
It's the most fun I've had researching anything.
during
on
that
this show.
marathon, the chat was like waiting for that moment. It
Oh,
was
the Twitch Power
it
Rangers
was so
marathon?
good.
The Power Rangers Twitch marathon was something magical. It really was.
So they don't attack him.
I actually
when he goes after.
Torian hyped me up for Turbo or whatever, because I never watched Turbo, and he's like, "It's the best. Just you wait.
I was
wait
a
until
kid,
the Twitch
Dad.
gets to Turbo."
I was a kid. It had a catchy theme song.
You were an adult when you insisted it, though.
Because I haven't seen it since the marathon. And when it came on, I watched like 2 episodes and I was like, this isn't very good.
Well, it's not good because of the little boy. Like the Blue Ranger is straight
The little,
trash.
the
Like,
little
oh my
boy,
gosh,
and then like
Justin.
everything
Justin.
about the villains take place in the compact submarine. It just didn't have like the grandiose feel.
of like
all
Lord
other
Zed
Power
being in like
Rangers.
the moon
Yeah.
or something.
Speaking of Little Boy Rangers, which is not something I thought I would say ever, we have an episode of Desk of Death Battle on the real white.
Ranger.
Good enough pause. Power Ranger. Because the original Japanese White Ranger is ridiculous. He's a little boy, and there's this really fun desk of. You guys can check it out on the website right now, or you can watch it on YouTube tomorrow.
Yeah.
I watched it right before coming over here.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, look at me.
Okay, cool. So we got a couple good arguments for the Dragonzord, even though we're kind of sidetracking. And then let's see what the arguments for Mechagodzilla are.
Mechagodzilla. Oh, we gotta get up close to the screen for this one.
This one's from Moggy Doggy. I'm sorry, I just wanted to say it. It sounded like
Doggy.
a really fun name.
Mechagodzilla wins with the following. Mechagodzilla has missiles on his fingers, toes, knees, mouth, and nose. Just a hand's worth of finger missiles can take down Godzilla himself. After his first defeat, his finger missiles were upgraded to be 10 times stronger than that. Mechagodzilla can fire a rainbow-colored space beam from his eyes, strong enough to lock with Godzilla's beam, a cross-attack beam from his chest that can cut through a mountain, a 500 Kelvin? No, sorry, 500,000 Celsius flamethrower.
$500,000.
There we go. $500,000 Celsius flamethrower in his mouth and nose. He can fly at Mach 5 and also has a force field. He's strong enough to kick the monster Anguirus, 30,000 tons, so hard he went soaring. Dragonzord is 31.6% smaller in height and only weighs 170 tons. Mechagodzilla wrecks him.
Good job, Moggy Doggy. Those are my favorite arguments.
Yeah.
The way, like, he straight up was like, he kicked this thing, it weighs this much, Megazord weighs, or Dragonzord weighs this much, it's great.
He does
Good job
like
bringing-
what we do. Just look at how strong is he, how fast is he, how tough is he, and
Did a
what's
good
he
job.
got
Great job.
arsenal-wise and stuff. Very, very good job. We've got one more. Rich Effin Wazowski. Is that what that says?
Yep.
It
I'm gonna
Wisniewski.
say yes.
Wisniewski. He says, I thought this was close till I checked the stats. Dragonzord is 38 meters tall and weighs 170 tons. Mechagodzilla, the original,
Showa.
is 50 meters tall and 40,000 tons. Dragonzord looks cooler, and I love him, but he'd be annihilated.
I was kind of sold at Rainbow Death Laser.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
like
the Dragonzord. Power Rangers hold a special place in my heart. But also, I just think Mechagodzilla is gonna kick its ass.
40,000 tons. That's ridiculous. Like, is there a weight limit on the ground itself?
Like how
much it
before
can-
you start
the
destroying
ground
the
can
planet?
Yeah, like before you start sinking into the Earth's crust. Like, is there a weight
Of
limit?
the ground of the
Well,
crust?
it would also be like weight, but also across
Disbursement.
surface area.
Yep.
So like,
Oh, okay,
if
okay.
you're that big, your feet are probably going to be the size of like a couple city blocks. So it's spread out.
That
But
said-
if you've got like little points for feet, you're probably going to fall straight
But,
to
like-
the surface of the earth.
I guess, but like still, like the infrastructure in cities is like garbage. Like someone, like a tree can fall over and then like fuck the street up. This guy's walking around.
Torian comes from Detroit.
Oh yeah, for context.
There's other places. Now, DC. Never been to DC. I'm just saying, like, at what point what are you just too big to just stand on on the ground?
What time do you need to reevaluate? Like, the Earth can't even hold you.
Yeah, like,
Slim down.
You mean the reason why the large
Go away.
animals are in the ocean?
like, how do you build a 40-ton thing without breaking anything you're using
Where do
to
you build that at?
1,000.
40,000 ton? Like, how do you build that? Like,
I want to know where you build that. That's my thing.
How do you keep it a secret?
More jobs.
you don't. You're right. You don't.
The
government-
economy is doing
No.
great.
Yeah, just kill everybody who worked on it. You just never let them leave. They finish it's like a reality TV show. You don't let them leave until it's done, so they can't ruin anything. Some people, die inside. You just kill them for real.
Oh,
Oh wow.
I got
Secret
dark-
protected.
Wow.
Oh wow. Wow.
What? All right, I'm going with
Mechagodzilla.
Mechagodzilla. Yeah, hands down.
I'm gonna go with the Dragon Megazord because it's the guy in the suit.
The guy in a suit would stand even less of a chance, I think. Actually, you know what? That's what this should have been. It's Dragonzord versus
The actors?
Mechagodzilla, but both of them are just guys in rubber suits. Which one?
And I imagine in the real fight, it's a real Mechagodzilla and it's a real giant guy in a suit. For Megazord.
He's just gonna stomp on him.
No.
Oh, he's supersized?
Yeah, he's
It's the
size.
Shaq versus Godzilla scenario. He found a magic coin and became suddenly huge.
Yeah.
But his armor is actually rubber and plastic.
No, he keeps the armor because he's bigger now, so he's stronger. So he can hold the real
Bigger
Megazord.
equals stronger.
Okay.
Jed.
Okay, hold on.
Does it not?
So,
No.
no, it would still be the same.
So wait. No. So if I'm Ant-Man, right?
Hold on.
No.
Your argument's
No.
already valid because you're Ant-Man.
No. If I'm Ant-Man, right? Normal size Ant-Man. If I grow bigger, like Ant-Man does, or the Atom, or all those heroes or whatever, do I not get stronger?
In
Yes.
theory,
But
No, there's no theory. They do get stronger.
yes,
you
but
said
the
tougher.
thing that you're supposed to be
Do
lifting.
he not? Does he not get tougher?
I'm saying a little plastic is not going to be stronger than a big plastic, which
the
is exactly
thing-
what we were
and
talking
also
about.
The thing you're supposed to be lifting, like, it's growing with you. It's
No,
the same
what I was talking about is the guy, the actor, right? He's giant, right?
I never should have
instead
said anything.
So instead of leaving his costume plastic and rubber, it is actual metal like the Megazord is made of.
See, now we're
again,
getting away
wait,
from
how's
the
that
whole
happen?
idea
You're
that I
saying
just presented.
he couldn't do that. Like, in human size, that armor would weigh too much if it were smaller.
No, I mean it's just.
I don't know what's happening
It's just
anymore.
so.
I'm not too sure.
Okay, listen, here's what he's essentially saying. Take the robot parts out of the inside of the Megazord, but put a man in a suit inside of it, so it's still metal and it's still armor.
It's
But
still
it's a
the,
real
it's still
man
the Megazord,
inside.
but it's a real man.
It's a real
Instead
man.
of a bunch of teenagers controlling parts of
Okay,
it.
see, what I was suggesting was you just take the actors right off the sets of both shows and just have them fight.
No,
That's all I was saying.
no, we don't want to watch that. We want to watch the giant man in the costume.
Anyway, golly, it's taking us so long to get through this.
I'm gonna save you some time and make your dream happen. Why don't you just have a man fight a robot? That's all you need.
That's not the same.
Put people.
That's on a 40,000-ton robot.
It would still be you can shrink it down. It's how you reduce fractions. It's the same thing, but the numbers aren't as big and it's easier to keep track of. Do that with this. Have a normal-sized man.
So what's the normal-sized man equivalent of 40,000 pounds?
What are you talking about?
Could it still just be
You mean like
40,000
80?
What are you
pounds?
talking about?
You take like your average human.
Where are we at right now? Are we on the new set?
The real question is, how big do we build the robot relative to the human?
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say Mechagodzilla and carry this conversation forward.
I'm gonna say
Just saying.
the Dragonzord.
Why?
Cause Tommy's so damn cool. That's
Thank
really
you.
it. And the reason why
A giant Tommy?
yeah, like the flute is so
He
awesome.
has been giant.
The flute is like
He
the
has been
greatest thing
giant.
I've ever seen.
I mean-
it's the coolest thing.
I can't think of many situations where someone has weaponized a flute and it also
Yes.
still looks cool.
Yeah.
It's a dagger
so
that you can
awesome.
also. It's like it's art and warfare rolled into one. You know?
He's like gonna play you a song and then
Saba,
stab you.
right?
Yeah.
Or no,
I'm just kinda-
Saba was later.
Someone was,
Saw
was
was
with the right.
Whose
White
flute
Ranger.
is more powerful, his or Link's?
You mean like the ocarina?
Yeah, the ocarina.
Well, you can't
Well, it's
stab
not a-
somebody
yeah,
with
it's not a
an ocarina.
Actually,
dagger.
technically, that flute that they have, like,
Yeah.
it looks kind of like an ocarina. If you really think about it, like ocarinas come in all different shapes. And so, like,
I've only
man,
seen the pen.
mind blown. Maybe the Green Ranger's dagger.
Oh,
is
you know what? I
actually
just
an ocarina.
actually I thought it was a weird flute and they named it Ocarina. I didn't know it was an.
It's an ocarina.
I didn't know that was the name
Or
of
is
the
it
instrument.
ocarina?
Oh, don't start this again.
That's
This
a
is
real.
an old
It's
Spirit
a real
Attack
instrument,
argument.
right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And then we got it because that, and then it devolves, or is it Orc Arena? And it's just it. To get there, we're gonna leave that alone. It's Ocarina.
So I'm just gonna say Tommy.
So
I'm going
great,
for Tommy.
we're at a deadlock. No, actually, I take that back. Mechagodzilla wins because Nick and I gave valid answers. So did Noel, but he went with Dragonzord.
I gave a valid answer.
And he went with guy in suit.
Got it.
My
All right.
Man in suit.
So Mechagodzilla wins, and guy in the suit and Dragonzord tie, which I don't feel is right. Maybe we'll do this fight someday. Hey, speaking of fights, the one thing that we promised you from last episode that we are going to deliver on is that we would reveal the next death battle that will be coming out in February. So Nick was kind enough to put together a little teaser
Oh, I didn't know you
trailer.
were gonna say it. I was gonna just be like, man, whoever edited that together is obviously like really attractive.
Oh man, the
Good-looking
hubris
and
there.
nice.
So yes, it was Nick. So
I am
yeah,
good looking.
without further ado, here's a little teaser of the first episode of the next season of Death Battle.
Yeah.
I've got this rage inside of me that I just can't wait to unleash. I'm coming straight at you like a raging bull. Mama didn't raise a fool. Don't make me cross.
To challenge a king is to face the might of his people.
Now hear me out.
I'll give them something to fear.
I'm invincible. I'm unstoppable. I'm a lion, I'm tamed, I'm a cannibal.
All right.
That was sexy.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
Very
That was good.
That was very good.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm touched.
Good.
Great job. That was actually my first time seeing it. We literally
Me
sat
too.
down and said, I was like, oh God, Nick, did you put together that trailer? And he's like, yeah.
Man,
Great. Good job, Nick.
awesome.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the very first episode of the next season of Death Battle will be Batman versus Black Panther. This has been on our list forever. And so when we were talking about it, every year we kind of would be like, oh, should we do it this year? And then it was like, oh, the Black Panther movie's coming out. It's perfect time, like, to make them go head to head to see who reigns supreme
Yep.
of the billionaires in black suits
With pointed ears.
with pointed ears. So I can tell you, So this is one that Sam's actually been, Sam and Noel have been writing and researching. And dude, I just want to say one thing. Like, as they're going through, every now and then, you know, someone will come up and be like, oh, look at this thing, or listen to this thing. Dude, Austin was rocking out
Yeah.
to that Black Panther. It was a BET show, right?
Yeah.
It came out in 2010. It was like 6 episodes. I know this because I had to find it and learn about it for footage and stuff. But yeah,
That theme is
song.
amazing.
I played it like 10 times.
Yeah, look up the theme from the Black Panther BET animated show.
And the art style is amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, so Sam's been deep diving that one for a while, and I know we had a Batman fight kind of recently. It's just with the timing of everything. Like, we really wanted to do the Batman Beyond versus Spider-Man 2099 when we did, and then we knew that like this is the time to do a fight that had Black Panther in it, and we knew that like Batman's the best person for him to go up against.
Yeah.
So yeah, expect that one coming out in February, and who do you think will win? You can let us know. Use the hashtag DeathBattleCast.
Speaking of Black Panther,
Yeah.
how much you guys looking forward to that movie?
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm stoked.
I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
I'm looking forward to it too.
My real question is when I can see that movie.
Aha, because you have the wife and the children.
I do.
You have a family.
It's always, yeah, you know, so I have to gauge it on like, so babe, you want to see this movie? I heard it sucks. It's probably terrible. Yeah, I should just go see it alone.
Just go see it. You should just go see it while you're at work.
Which we've done that before.
That sounds like a
That's
great
when we
idea.
lived. That's when we worked right across the street from a movie theater. Which was,
It's a write-off.
kinda
Like,
do.
it was always Marvel movies, and we're like, well, we're probably doing a fight on them, so there we go.
Theaters are everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could get to
I don't
it.
know, maybe we'll do a thing. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I haven't watched, lately I've been really good for myself about not watching trailers. I used to like watching trailers and like especially getting to movie theaters early and like, you know, ooh, what's coming out that I don't know about. But it's something I am aware of. I don't want to watch the trailer for it because I just feel like Hollywood's been so bad about spoiling shit.
Trailers are the
In
devil.
trailers.
that's a complaint that's been around for years and years and years and years. It just depends. Like the prime example recently is Spider-Man: Homecoming. That first trailer was perfect. It
Yeah.
told you the tone. It told you kind of like the general setting, kind of like who was going to be in it, and it didn't spoil anything. And then the second trailer came out. It told you the whole movie. So you can't really. I don't know.
It's that or
It should just
It's
be
always a
one.
risk.
It should just be one. I don't think the trailers are that bad. I think it's the number of trailers, right? Because a trailer will come out, then another one will come out, then a TV spot will come out, and then a Get Your Tickets
And then
trailer.
the Super Bowl
Yeah,
spot.
yeah.
And then now trailers have trailers for the trailer in it.
The little teasers in the beginning.
Yeah.
Then like 3 seconds.
What
But then-
trailer were we watching? Proud Mary.
Proud.
And the trailer started with, yeah, this is the trailer for Proud Mary. And there was a bunch of cuts of the trailer. And then the trailer started.
But when
what?
did
you got to
That I don't quite understand. But as far as the amount of stuff they put out, that's because I think they got to market the thing,
when
right?
did trailers
Sure.
start
They
ruining?
got to make
Yeah.
sure people know.
I don't know
the
when
movie's
it
coming
happened.
out.
When did? Because I remember like Terminator Genesis was the worst for me.
Yeah.
Because then it just told you pretty much
Yup.
like what they could. Oh man.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
whoever hasn't
right.
seen
Where
it, I
it's-
don't want to ruin it.
Right. How cool would that have been if you didn't know that this dude was actually a Terminator, right?
Yes.
Or whatever. Like, because, oh, that bugged me too. Or like that, or I absolutely hate when they use the punchline of like the best joke of the movie in a trailer.
Yeah.
And because of course, they want to be like, that's such a funny joke. Look, the movie's funny. Look how funny it is. And then, like, you get to the part, you're like, oh, here's where that thing's gonna be that I already know the punchline.
It's like you're
Those are
waiting.
all
And so
the
then
jokes in the movie
then it gets
are
to
now
it,
in
and
the
you don't
trailer.
laugh, and then you go through, and you're like, that would have been the funniest if it wasn't ruined for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, it's tough because you're right. They got to market the movie.
And then
And
you know,
they
like,
gotta
the world's
get-
different now. Like
they
you
gotta
used
get
to go to a
people in
movie
there.
to see the trailers, but now you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
kinda
yeah.
go
That
to
was like the
YouTube.
coolest part of the movie now. Now it's like you're a buffer.
It's like,
You
oh,
had
yeah,
to get
I
there
saw this
early.
one.
Now
This is
you just gotta
Avengers.
show up.
I think it's one of the reasons I like Cloverfield so much because
yeah.
when I watched, like, all I heard was it's Cloverfield monster movie, and I was like, dude, I am in. That's all I know
That
about.
movie surprised
I
me
love
so
That
much.
movie's 10 years old this month.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
next week.
Man,
Really?
that's crazy. I had such a cool experience in the theater with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
you've told this story many a
Dude,
time.
so when we're in the theater and watching the midnight showing because I don't want anything to spoil it for me since nobody knew anything about this movie. And dude, we're watching it, and you know that scene where the girl goes behind the tarp and her head explodes?
Yeah.
So
I thought it was her stomach.
it's
Either
her
way,
head.
Something.
Whatever.
It's her head. It's her head.
She goes behind and then explodes, right? And this kid behind me, just I guess it was the combination of the shaky cam and whatever. I just hear, and like a splatter, and April and I both are like, scoot up on our chair, and then like it's more splatter, and then we scoot up even more, and then like, and just like I mean like it's everywhere. And we luckily the theater's kind of empty, so we like move over. The kid has to go like running out, and the family's like trying to chase him or whatever. And I just turned to April, I'm like, this movie is the best.
See, that's the reason why I don't like going to movies so soon. It's because I hate people. That's really, someone's got to ruin stuff for you.
You don't go to opening weekend stuff.
I will go to the movies when it's like a week into like dollar movies.
You gotta go.
Because I gotta see it alone.
You gotta go like when.
You don't even take your girlfriend?
No, because she doesn't pay attention. No damn way.
You have to,
I have to like literally. It's like I love her to death, but it's a situation where she's like, yo. We are experiencing this movie at the exact same time. We're doing this together. Why do you expect me to think I know what's gonna happen next?
Okay, so I agree with you on that. Like when I'm at the movie, like if I'm at the movie with Chad and he's constantly asking me stuff. But the problem is
I don't do that.
I'm just saying. I'm just using it like if we're at the movies.
Yeah.
There you go.
If we're at the movies, right? And we're hanging out.
Are we gonna get popcorn?
No.
Because like I know I told you
I
told you I wasn't hungry.
I
but
don't
am
like
now.
I don't like it in my teeth. Anyway, it's really
I
hard to
wanted it.
it's
It's
really hard
my
to get out.
needs.
It's fine. So like he's doing the thing where he's asking you about they're gonna adjust the camera. It's gonna be great. He's doing the thing where he's asking me stuff about the movie.
Yeah.
Right?
I bought popcorn.
And he just asks me stuff about Cloverfield.
Wait,
What?
what's happening?
What's happening? Why are they scared?
I don't know. I'm here just like you.
Who's that guy?
I don't know. Right? So he does that. So like this is where I become a hypocrite.
Why are there little dog monsters now?
I don't know. This is where I become the hypocrite, right? Because something cool will happen, and then now I want to talk about it, but I just told him to shut up for most of the movie. So I'm like, oh snap! Did you see that? That was awesome. And then like 10 minutes later,
I thought you said we aren't talking.
come
during
on,
the movie.
I'm trying to watch it.
See, but now you're not enjoying the movie anymore. See, like at that point, I'm already out of the movie. We might as well go on.
No, I just become that hypocrite to where I don't want you to say anything through the movie until like I'm excited. And then I'm gonna say something.
There's times where I've wanted to like tell my girlfriend to pay attention because after the film, I'm gonna quiz you on it. So don't ask me any questions. We are gonna watch this together, and then I'm gonna quiz you immediately.
Why are you quizzing her on it?
Because she never pays attention to movies. Because it's again,
That still doesn't mean. That still doesn't answer why you quiz her.
Well, because I gotta
quiz
see.
anybody.
I gotta see if she's.
You know she's gonna fail.
Yes.
She needs to know. You get the gratification.
You gotta learn. You gotta learn. You gotta
her
learn.
failing.
So I have to give her this fictitious grade, and I don't know, fail her.
You're like a teacher.
There's no
who gives-
repercussions afterwards.
You're like a teacher who prepares the students all week for a test, and then the test has nothing to do with what you.
Yeah, it's just like read the beginning of chapter 1, and then yes, everything is like past that.
Just so you can get the satisfaction of stabbing F's on everyone's paper.
But then I also hate
what I live for.
I can't stand other people talking. Like laughing is great. I love that, like whatever.
Sharing the experience, right?
But I would say I remember there was a time. It was a long time ago. It was the Ang Lee Hulk film. So that's how old this was.
2003.
Yes, but I remember me and my friends were there, and the thing that I hate the most are damn babies. And why are we bringing toddlers to the theater?
someone could-
Oh
if
my
someone-
gosh!
Someone could take a quick moment and just clip the beginning of that alone, so that we can.
Take baby.
I mean,
But I'll say this. I just remember, I forget what scene, but right in the middle, this baby just starts screaming, just like bloody murder. And I remember I'm about to lose it, but like one of my greatest friends, I love him to death, just yells out of nowhere, "Shut that damn baby up!" And like literally the whole theater erupted. It was divisive. It was like you had two sides. Someone was like, "Hey, you leave the baby alone."
leave that baby alone.
But then someone was like, "Nah, shut that damn baby up too." So the whole theater starts fighting, and then like the people have to come in, and I was just like, "Okay, we just gonna slide out of this."
That's the exact kind of thing that I would love. I'd be thankful I'm at
Oh my
movies.
gosh.
yeah,
that kind of thing
I
happen.
like going to the movies on like opening day or like in the beginning of the week because I actually like experiencing the movie like with the crowd.
Yeah.
I'm not like even like when you watch stuff on Twitch, like that's what you like hanging out with the chat or whatever.
exactly.
So I mean the baby thing is the only thing about that. I'm fine with the baby. People have tough lives. Chad has a family. He might gotta bring his baby to
No,
the
I
theater.
don't go to the movies with
But-
the baby because I
See,
think
I
it's really
appreciate
inconsiderate.
you.
If you have to do that though,
I don't have to
you
go see a movie.
If you have to bring your baby, person out there bringing their baby to the movie theater,
Babysitter.
you go on Wednesday morning
Yeah, matinee.
at 9:30.
With all of the senior citizens.
You know what
yeah,
a lot,
that's exactly
you know what a lot
when
of
you
theaters do now, and this actually sounds like a nightmare to me, but they do infant and kid showings. Like so, people with like young children and babies, you all go to the 10 a.m. showing or whatever, but it's only for that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that everyone already has that expectation.
That's
no one's
awesome.
gonna get
Yeah.
mad.
Just
Go there.
once, I want there to be a morning children's screening of something like Alien
Alien.
or something.
They'll be so bored.
Well, no, it's things. If they just did like infants, you can do whatever. They're not gonna know.
But yeah, I love watching movies with the crowd. It's cool. You hear like laughter, people saying stuff. It was like a big crowd during some movie I was watching, and then I said something funny, and then the whole theater laughed. And I was like, yeah.
So you're an entertainer.
Yeah, that's where it began.
You walk down to the front,
It's
you're just
about
like in front of the movie screen like this.
That was me.
This is Tori
Boom, boom, boom.
I
You
made
got
that joke.
You got your own microphone.
You was the one that said no, she didn't. That was me. Ah, that was great. We all laughed.
Dude, my favorite, like, all the theater coming together experience was midnight showing of Snakes on a Plane.
Oh
Still
my God.
lucky.
To this
I wish
day,
I could have went to that.
one of my favorite movie theater experience because everyone, first of all, if you knew about Snakes on a Plane and you actively pursued the midnight launch showing,
Oh
like,
yeah, you definitely
you were
went
committed,
there.
right?
Yeah, you
knew-
definitely went there for that.
So like, dude, it's like getting ramped up. We're like waiting for the movie to start, and everybody's like just joking around. Like the energy was all like, we're all on the same page, right? We're gonna experience this together. So you know, like, bad shit happens. Everybody's like, oh, you know, like everybody, like, you know, people are cheering and stuff. The best part was when we get to Sam Jackson's line, where he just does the, I'm tired of all these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Let's open a window. Motherfucking standing ovation. Everyone was like, yeah, he did it. He said motherfucker. I mean, like, everyone was up clapping and cheering. I think somebody threw shit.
said it.
Like, like, it was awesome. Like, and I left that theater and I was like, man, I don't even care. Like, that was just an experience. Like, that was a great experience.
It just depends on the movie, I think.
Yeah.
Because stuff like that is exactly what I would love to go to a movie theater for. Broadcast team, thank you, Brian, specifically. I know it was you. Put up on the screen Tekken Blood Vengeance. That is still one of my favorite, in all my years, movie theater experiences ever. Because that was a screw tack thing back in the day. We had a screening of the CJ movie Tekken Blood Vengeance at our local movie theater.
He says, real quick, he says we had a screening. I want to say this very loosely, and then that is that, hey,
We invaded
we're
the
all
screening.
gonna go to this showing at this time, so please show up and watch it with us.
No.
And I also
they
want
showed
to
it
say
just for you.
that this is both a very fun, positive experience for some, and a very negative experience for others.
The small minority, though.
And that probably would have been me. I'd have been like, why am I
Well,
here?
you're talking about the guy.
I'm out of here.
Nick, I'll let you talk about the parts, but we're doing what we do, and we're, you know, especially with our community there, like we're riffing on stuff and we're trying to make people laugh and be entertaining. So we're having fun, and as a community, everyone expected that, and everyone was there together. Some poor bastards had showed up just to watch a
Yeah.
movie, and then this horde of like all of us are down.
Of people
we're
they
all
didn't
like
invite,
talking.
people they didn't think
Yeah.
were going to be
So
there.
at that point, you have
So-
a decision to make. Do you get on board, or do you sulk?
No, he made a different
sulked.
decision.
They sulked.
He was sulking, and like it was funny because you could tell like it had been going on for a little bit, and it had built up in this guy. And so one point we made some joke, and people were like, ah, and he's like, ha, 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 shut the fuck up! Like he just yells it, and it echoes. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was from like way back up in the corners. Shut the fuck up! And then we were all like, oh shit, and then we just kept talking.
Oh my
I felt
God.
bad.
Oh.
We were like, maybe we should find that dude and
This
give him a
is
refund.
the reason why I don't go to movies now, because I'm afraid I'm gonna run into that.
You're afraid you're gonna run into the G1 community at your movie theater at Black Panther?
Nick, remember-
Yes,
remember your
yes, the
favorite
Black
part?
Panther specifically. Yes.
Which of my favorite parts? That movie had so many. There was the rocket panda at the
That
end.
was amazing.
There was the best line.
Yeah, this is what I would go for.
I'll get to the line in a second, but there was another part where the main character Xiao Yu, or whatever. She's the little girl in Tekken who wears like the orange gi.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Anyway, she's like trying to find some book in a library. She just has a piece of paper with just a couple numbers. She's like 67532. So that means 6 steps forward, 5 steps backward. 3 steps, and we're all just like, wait, what? How did
did
she
she
know
figure
this?
this out?
She finds the exact book she needs. The best line though is when she's
What?
with, exactly. This is the kind of movie.
Who steps? It's like,
Where did she start?
There's so many questions. There's so many questions.
Where did she start?
I'm not making that up though. The best line though was she was with this robot girl, Elisa or whatever, the
Yeah.
whole time, and she hugs Elisa at one point, and she's like, "You're warm, like a refrigerator." And so like, yes, refrigerators. If you were to hug one,
If
you
go
would
for
have
the-
a warm
yes,
sensation.
Yes, they generate.
But you don't associate them with warmth
Right.
ever.
We're so mad. It's like that's such a dumb line. She could have picked anything else.
It's
like
killed
that
us.
has
the, whole
to be-
the whole crowd just
That
starts
has
laughing.
to be the localization. Because that.
Well, no, because I mean, really think about it. Like at the outside refrigerator, like God, especially like if you're at a mini fridge.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Like go to
you're
the
right.
back one, like
You're
they're
right,
hot.
you're right, you're
So
right.
like it does technically make sense if you were to hug a refrigerator, it would feel warm, especially if you're towards the back. But like you have unlimited hate-producing options. You're warm like a toaster. You're like,
microwave.
a mic.
Who's
Like,
hugging
you
the
don't even have
back
to leave
of
the
a
kitchen for
refrigerator?
options.
like
Who could get behind a refrigerator to hug it? To know this
you're warm
reference?
like
to
a
know
furnace. Like you're anything, and then they were just like you're warm like a refrigerator. I feel like some writer spent his childhood and he had to go
Hugging
live back
refrigerators?
behind the fridge. Like the fridge is his only friend. He's like, Mom doesn't feed me, but you do. And like
I hope not, because those old refrigerators had the wiring on the back, like the
Yeah.
rack, and it was hot. Like it was awful.
What
iron your
experiences
clothes.
do you have from your childhood?
I just.
back to the rack.
Did you write that line, Dorian?
Back to the
Did you
fridge
type
rack.
that and then hit enter? Did you hit enter?
That guy was leaving that day. He was packing. He was packing up, and they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! We don't have the line.
There's a missing-
We don't have the line here."
Hold on.
He's like, "I'll send it to you," and he's like writing it in his Uber. He's just send it to him.
Or he's just at home and he drops something under the fridge and he's like, you know what? This is
I like.
I found my
kind of
inspiration.
warm.
I like
This is
having
kinda
a
warm.
writer's block until he does.
Got
that.
it. Yeah.
He can't think of warm things.
He walks past his heater, his furnace, everything, and iron, but he's just like, you know what?
To be
This
fair,
is
in that
refrigerator.
moment, like if they would have stuck with that, "you're warm like," anything would have sounded weird. Like, "You're warm like mom," or "You're warm like you said a toaster." Anything would have
like
sounded
a
weird.
sunny day, like summer, anything.
You don't hug the
fire,
you don't
fire,
hug-
or something.
You're warm like fire, so she's out there hugging fire,
A
Yeah. What if she said
refrigerator.
you're warm like a summer day?
There you go.
hugging
that would work.
hugging the summer day. You just go outside.
And who associates refrigerators with heat any
Right.
damn way?
That's exactly it.
What
That's
I do.
exactly it.
Wait, what?
Because I remember the back of the fridge being like super fucking hot. Like,
We watched-
so I got that immediately, but it still doesn't make it less stupid.
Yeah, I mean, we watched this movie, 8 years ago?
Something
like
like
that.
that, yeah.
It still lingers to this day that we're like, that was a stupid fucking line. Like, so, clearly it had its impact.
It was still one of the best theater going experiences ever, though.
Yep, but not for that
sure.
guy in the back.
That's probably me.
All right, cool. Well, hey, we got some questions from you guys. You can always send us questions, comments, things like that using the hashtag DeathBattleCast on Twitter. So let's pull some of those up now and start answering them.
Death Lord
Death
2000.
2000.
If you could have a death battle animated by Pixar, which fight would you pick?
Oh God, a Pixar character, totally.
Yeah. Like,
Buzz.
Kill your baby. It's basically
Buzz
what.
Lightyear versus
versus
what's his name?
Woody?
No,
Tim
no.
Allen?
Does it both have to be Pixar?
No.
Or-
I think if you're gonna get Pixar to animate it, it might as well be Pixar characters, right?
But put like Buzz Lightyear up against a Space Marine from StarCraft.
From Halo.
No,
Like Rainer?
Small Soldiers.
Small soldiers.
What's that,
The whole,
Lieutenant
like
or-
Andy's toys versus the small soldiers.
Dude,
Yeah,
there's some
yeah.
scary shit in that movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
All I remember is little girl. I think it was Kirsten Dunst, right?
Yeah, Kirsten Dunst.
All I remember is the scene where she's like in a closet, and then like the little soldier man with like a helicopter or something. Like you see him at the end of the hallway or
Yeah.
something like that. As a kid, I was just like, oh.
Don't they like turn on the disposal when someone's hand's in it?
One of the dudes gets caught in the disposal. I remember that.
Yeah, I think like they tricked him. Like he dropped something down,
Yeah.
or whatever, and like they see that he's like reaching for it, and one of the little toys comes up. And, like,
Oh my
kicks
gosh,
it
that's
on.
frightening.
Yeah.
But that was an awesome movie.
I would have
so
the
I would say
cars
Buzz Lightyear versus
fight
that.
somebody. I'll have the
Cars?
Yeah.
Cars versus.
The Incredibles.
Oh, The
I
Incredibles.
see Mr. Incredible knocking cars, just punching them.
Ooh, Incredibles Battle Royale.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be the little baby.
Tearing the family apart.
Yeah.
Tearing the family.
Wow.
Broken Home. That's what it's called.
Incredibles,
The
Broken Home.
Incredibles 2. Broken Home.
Coming soon from Pixar. Wonderful. They did Moana too, right?
No, that was Disney animation.
Oh, that's right. Okay, got it.
Frozone.
All right.
Frozone.
Good question. That would just be fun to Like, I love that we have like the best animation studio in the world at our disposal. We're like, make them kill one of their own. But you know, that's what we do. All right, next question comes from.
Who we got?
I think we got more. That was it.
In the meantime, the old man from Up. How's that?
The old man from
Yeah,
Up.
yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh, it's the fan art. That's right.
Ooh, that is.
Fan art.
Mighty Oak says, so glad I watched the sudden death segments, or I would have missed the Ruby
Ruby Rod.
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 Yeah, you remember? So, Torian,
That's right.
I was quizzing Torian again, and
Roo.
I asked him because we're talking about how he knows the Fifth Element like the back of his hand. So I asked him like, who's Chris Tucker's character? And it took him a second. He's like, oh, it's Ruby. And I'm like, Ruby what? And he's like, Ruby Roo? Like, Ruby Roo? He's not Scooby Doo. But I love
That is
That
this
was
piece
great.
of art. It's amazing. Thank you so much for doing that, and I'm glad our dumb
expression is so
conversation
perfect.
created that wonderful piece of art.
Look at. Oh.
You could just
we
let me
got
have
this-
that. You could just let me have Ruby.
And we got this sick, nasty Donkey Kong.
Oh,
Gritty
wow.
Donkey Kong from, I can't read, my eyes suck.
A bit of a redesign on something I saw. Oh, sorry. That's from Jaden
You even haven't
Jaden-
lean in.
Ragazines? Sure. Bit of a
Razinga.
redesign on something I saw online. but Still,
Zinga.
you wanted the gritty Donkey Kong. That's awesome.
That's really
I love
cool.
the banana guns too.
What was the Gritty Donkey Kong conversation?
We did talk about it. We're like, I think Torian, was it you? You're talking about how like you just need, you don't see like a gritty on something heavy like Donkey Kong or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't
It
think.
says same
I don't know how
there.
we get a lot of places in this show, but you know.
Usually randomly, and then we don't remember.
Yep. But hey, we get great things like that. I love the Donkey and Diddy right there. Just what is that? Why do I know that pose?
That's from
That's
Pulp Fiction.
Thank you. I was
Yeah.
about to say, is that Pulp? Yep, perfect. I almost said Boondock Saints too, almost. If they were
I-
like,
I
if
could
they were
see that.
angled
I could-
down
I-
a
I
little bit.
hesitated
yeah.
for a second because like, wait, is that Pulp Fiction or Boondock Saints?
Yep. All right. Do we got another? We got some more fan art. Sweet. Oh, sure
Sure do.
Kid Cartridge strikes again.
Is that Ben?
That's Ben. So, do you guys do know that New Year's has a mascot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
the New Year baby, right? And
Yeah.
it's
I saw the Rudolph Shiny New Year special.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Told me all about
oh,
it.
that's right.
You remember that?
Yeah, it just all came crashing back. And so, if you guys are watching for the first time and wondering why there's a chibi version of Ben, he's not always a baby, but Kid Cartridge drew him ever since he wore Kigurumi, and now every single holiday will be commemorated by a chibi Ben. And eventually, dude, Kid, we need to team up and make a calendar.
The
I'm just
turkey
saying.
one was the best.
The turkey one's awesome.
Turkey.
Dude, I love the rosacea on them cheeks right there.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, and on them joints. Look at them knees.
You colored in the nips too.
The-
So if you ever wanted to see Ben as a baby,
His belly button's like caving in.
he's not eating very well.
and this next one comes from Shitty Titty, so I'm glad I read that one and not Nick.
Yo, fam, I drew you. Hope you don't mind, yeah.
And it's kind of clean.
That's
That's
great.
That's pretty dang good.
That's really cool. Thank you, man.
That's great.
That should
Make
be
that
avatar.
face, Chad. There you go. There you go.
That's awesome.
go.
Thanks, man. We got any more art? Or is that the end? Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Man.
Eric Murray says, been wanting to draw Wiz from Death Battle for a while now. Thinking of all the crazy weapons, androids, symbiotes, robots, demons, and etc. he's had a chance to study and incorporate into his robotic augmentations. Was fun to draw. We'll have to do it again.
I love
That
this.
is some pretty
is really
spiffy
That's
artwork.
really cool.
What? That's pretty cool.
And John Peter Alstrom with the Dragonzord.
Man.
Ooh, booyah.
That's
how
so
he's,
good.
like,
I love the way he
holding
does shading.
Yeah, I love I've said it before, but I really like this just stark black and white, no gray. It makes everything he does look like inherently
clean.
comic booky and
Yeah.
clean, yeah. It's
Also-
a really cool art style.
He's got that tail ready. He's like, I'm about to whip you with this tail.
At first I thought he was holding on to the tail, like he was ready to just like,
He's just gonna rip it off and just.
yeah.
Sound design question.
How cool would that be?
What do you imagine that blasting sound likes? Pew pew.
How?
Is that what you're- Wait, pal.
No, it makes the same noise that the Kamehamehas or any energy blast in Dragon Ball Z makes after a while. Is that?
I know what you're talking about.
Wait, a pigeon?
I know what
was
you're
that,
talking
was that
about.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Is that the good feathers from Animaniacs?
I don't know, man. It's like you know the sound. You know it.
Wait, do it one more time.
No.
One more time.
I believe it was
So a pigeon. Yes. A good feather.
Perfect. Do we have any more or is that it?
so much great artwork this week.
Man, that was sick.
That seems to
That's
be
it.
Thank you, everybody,
Thank
for all your
you.
submissions. We love featuring
Yeah, of
them.
course. If you guys have fan art, we love showing it off on the show. Use the hashtag DeathBattleCast. You can send it that way. Again, questions, comments, things like that too. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the first episode of the next show, or the next season.
Of the next show.
The next show. Surprise. It's also getting rebranded. No, the only thing we need to do is come up with a community death battle for next week.
I think we just kind of touched on a potential one. Andy's Toys versus the Small Soldiers.
Yep.
I don't remember anything about Small Soldiers. That could be a terrible one
It's gonna be.
or completely lopsided.
They're made out of metal.
I mean, the thing about they're like ruthless already. I mean, in a death battle, I guess Andy's Toys are gonna be trying to kill too. Then again, in later Toy Stories, all of like Sid's toys are now like
Yep.
there.
Yep.
So
Oh, are they?
yeah, so they've
Wait,
got some nightmarish
when did
creations.
that
I'm pretty sure. Didn't they come back? Didn't they show that when they helped getting escaped? Weren't they all together? Wasn't the creepy baby head robot thing?
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah,
there's
they
like
never-
some
they
Toy
never
Story
come back.
specials that I never saw.
Maybe.
I've only seen the actual theatrically released.
I think they like leave.
Or maybe I'm
something.
totally wrong, and I just imagine them getting a happier
You're
life.
talking about like the broken toys that
Yeah,
are like,
yeah.
yeah, I think they leave. They just like leave.
They just go.
Yeah.
Whatever. We could do that. I think it's like Small Soldiers is such a random, obscure reference that people are gonna be like, "What? Why are you having me watch this movie?"
Better than Tammy and the T-Rex.
Yeah, dude, you guys expanded
Tammy
my
and
world
T-Rex
with
came
that
into
one.
the conversation earlier this week. If you don't know what that is, use Google.
Well, why don't we talk about it? That's what we can do for sudden death. We'll talk about
go.
Tammy and the T-Rex, and maybe we can play a little bit of it. That'll
Do
be
somebody
really
from
fun.
The Incredibles.
Didn't we do that already? Have we done Elastigirl
we did
versus Mr.
Frozone.
Fantastic? Yeah, we did Frozen. I really want to do Elastigirl versus Mr. Fantastic.
Sure.
Sounds
I'm leaning
good.
toward Mr. Fantastic because he's super smart.
You saying she's not?
What?
But Elastigirl's super
I'm saying
sexy.
she's a suburban mom.
Yeah.
Hey, she can juggle a
banging.
family. Let's see Reed Richards.
Elastigirl.
There we go.
Elastigirl is super sexy. So no matter how smart you are, you get
Okay,
distracted.
you're one of
You
those.
get distracted.
aren't
Yeah.
you?
You get distracted.
You're the reason why, like, there's banner ads with advertising weird cartoon porn, and she's like one of those.
What?
You're part of that
Man,
Wait a
demographic.
minute.
We went from death battle to hentai real quick.
Wait a minute. Nick, what? She's a beautiful looking lady.
You're part of the reason.
Part of the reason she's beautiful? I didn't work on the movie.
But you're the reason porn exists,
Oh,
Story.
I'm the reason porn exists.
Yeah.
There is some porn out there that I might
It's all your fault.
be featured in, but it's not the reason it exists. I'm not the reason it exists.
Don't look in the folder called Torian stuff. Don't
Don't look in a folder on a C drive in Adobe.
Why is that on your C drive?
In documents,
in
program.
Adobe extension, sandwiches,
Win32.
bacon, tomato, and it's in there.
Chad, save us.
So it's Elastigirl versus Mr. Fantastic. You could, again, submit those.
I'm
Who you
prepared
think
for
would
when the
win
internet goes up.
using the hashtag DeathBattleCast on Twitter. We really like it when you guys show specific examples of like strike feats or things like that. So, yeah, man, thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in next time, and we will have a new set. We will have a new set, and it's amazing, and I can't wait for you guys to see it.
It is cool.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Later.
Bye.